Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. All right, we got to talk about Raw here very quickly. Dave was a little more down on this show than I was. I like this show miles better than SmackDown. And I also thought, they had 13,000 people there, and there was a lot of stuff on this show that these people were into. Granted, it was personalities, but, they got into matches as well. It wasn't just the usual, they don't care about the matches. They were really into a lot of these matches on this show. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, the trios match in particular. I'm liking the trios name better because you don't have to specify men, women, or mixed. It's just a trios match. But to me, a trios match with over personalities is the easiest home run match in the world. And the AJ, Kyrie, Asuka trios match was so much fun.
So it did open with like a long nothing happening segment with Jey and Paul Heyman. This was mostly just we got a 2.5 hour show, so let's have a long talking segment with Paul who can talk.
And let Jey get his yeeting in now, so he doesn't have to be super blown up for his match.
We had AJ and the Kabuki Warriors versus Dom, Raquel, and Roxanne. And the whole story was Dom staying away from AJ. And as goofy as those segments were, where like AJ was dressed as a janitor and he was dressed as, whatever, and he was doing this or whatever. Man, God, these people could not wait for this guy to get his hands on Dom. And he made that hot tag, and it was freaking great. And then they did that spot where AJ catapulted Kyrie into a flying elbow over the top of the floor, and you could tell she was freaking petrified. But she did it, and it was perfect.
Raquel caught her perfectly.
It was all perfect. The vault, the catch, everything. It was amazing. And then AJ hit the forearm and got the pin, and this was great.
It was just fun, which is what wrestling's supposed to be.
Yes, it was a fun little thing. Sheamus beat Grayson Waller, and then Rusev attacked him. You can tell when you watch not only the matches, but people love Sheamus, and they don't care about Rusev. It wasn't like Sheamus and Rusev had no heat the 2 times they wrestled, but it had no heat except when Sheamus was making a big cool comeback. They do not care about Rusev, but this feud must continue. We had a bunch of Hogan segments, and then we had a Lyra promo, which was interrupted by Becky. Not good. Lyra's her promos have improved, but this was not a good night for her.
And she doesn't know which end of the kendo stick to hold and hit the person with.
Oh, that's another matter entirely.
She beat the hell out of her with that handle.
And then, the fans, they weren't into it. They gave her the what treatment. She didn't do a good promo was part of the problem. And then, there was a brawl. She beat up Becky, and that was that. Had some segments to set up SummerSlam with Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. And then we had Io, Stephanie, Nikki, and Rhea versus Naomi and the Secret Harvest. And man, I don't care what you say about WWE. They decided at some point, we're going to make this women's division meaningful, and we are going to make these women big stars. And they have done that. Every single one of these baby faces. And the funny thing, actually, is the least over of all of the baby faces is actually the returning legend. So it's not like, the people nowadays aren't over. You bring back... No way, man. Io is so over. Stephanie is so over. Rhea is incredibly over. And, Nikki Bella was over, but, people see her as, from the past. These current women, these are the big stars. And the heat was just crazy whenever one of these baby faces got a hot tag. And Stephanie ended up pinning Chelsea. Good match, great reactions.
The only little thing, because I'm a detail guy, I wish at some point they would have put over that the heels have an advantage here because 3 of the 4 are from an actual unit and team. Yes. And have continuity, where the 4 baby faces were 4 single baby faces with no real connection. But again, a fun match, and it's amazing. If you give people characters and meaningful angles and stories, they get over.
Judgment Day beat the LWO in a mystery luchador, who I am 99% sure was in fact Pete Dunne. interfered and cost the babyfaces the match. Very good match. LWO was great. And, Finn and JD are awesome. So excellent, excellent match. Had a CM Punk Gunther promo, which Punk did an excellent job on. Actually, it's true. Much, much better than last week's promo. And he sliced and diced old Gunther, and Gunther sold it like he was gotten to. And it was a good promo. And then the main event was Bronson and Jey Uso, which was like a 6-minute match with a run-in DQ. Hideous finish, just like SmackDown. But they did the big angle afterwards where Roman came out and, they ran wild for a while, but then the heels, man, they cut them down. And Braun Breaker in particular, they're given the monster push to. And he destroyed Jey, and he destroyed Roman, and then he destroyed them both with that spear through the barricade. So a very good heavy heat angle to end the show.
Have you grabbed your F4WOnline.com shirt yet? Well, we got a bunch of them. They're up in the store right now. F4WOnline.com/shirts. You can grab your -5 stars shirt, your Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer shirts, even the brand new After Dark Radio shirt. You love Granny? We have Granny's Gang shirts. Have you ever won a shoot battle royal? Probably not, but you can tell people you did. So check out the store, all of these great shirts and more. It's through Pro Wrestling Tees, F4WOnline.com/shirts. That's F4WOnline.com/shirts.